पावन रम्यस्थान दिव्यचिन्तामणि धाम रतन मन्दिर मनोहर पावन रम्यस्थान दिव्यचिन्तामणि धाम रतन मन्दिर तारमध्ये हेमपीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधाननायिका तारमध्ये हेमपीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधाननायिका करमध्ये रत्नासने बसिया छे दुई जने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका करमध्ये रत्नासने बसिया छे दुई जने श्याम संगे सुंदरी राधिका वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्यचिन्तामणि धाम रतन मन्दिर मनोहर औरूपलावण्यराशि आमिया परिचय खासि हास्य परिहास सम्भाषणे औरूपलावण्यराशि आमिया परिचय खासि हास्य परिहास सम्भाषणे नरोत्तम दास कोय नित्य लीला सुखमय सदाई स्फुरक मोर माने नरोत्तम दास कोय नित्य लीला सुखमय सदाई स्फुरक मोर माने वृंदावन रम्यस्थान दिव्यचिन्तामणि धाम रतन मन्दिर मनोहर हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Sivim Govinda Prabhu. How are you? Yadi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Jai, thank you for coming early.
Hare Krishna. I've been sending notification to the student group so they can, remind themselves that the class is happening this morning.
Very good.
Yes, please.
Very good. Let's see what happens. We'll wait for another 5 minutes, enjoy the bhajan, then we start.
Yes, please. Hare Krishna.
Hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Bamini, you're welcome. Thank you for coming early.
Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Avrta Kalinde Raja Hamsa Keli Kore Ahe Sobhe Kanaka Kamala Avrta Kalinde Raja Hamsa Keli Kore Ahe Sobhe Kanaka Vrindavana Ramyasthana Divya Chintamani Dhama Ratana Mandira Manohara तारमध्ये हेमापीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधाननायिका तारमध्ये हेमापीठ अष्टदले वेष्टित अष्टदले प्रधाननायिका Karamathe Ratnasane Vashiya Chen Tui Jane Shama Sange
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, you are welcome. So we are going to start today's section. His Holiness Kavikarnapura Maharaj. I call him, so he said that Guru Maharaj said that now he's in Parikrama. You know we are in Kartik, so everything very busy in the Holy Dam. So well, Guru Maharaj will be joining us next weekend. That is what he told me this morning. So we're going to start from where we stopped last week. So when Guru Maharaj comes next week, he can take you from wherever I stopped. So we're going to continue from mantra 1 today, test 1. Okay. Om Jnana Timirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmilitanjena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitanyena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Supadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yukta Kamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupa Sagrajata Sagana Raghunatamritam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsa Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Kavichandra Swaminiti Namine Namaste Prabhupada Nama Pracharine Granta Vitarana Pritivisheshagaine Sada Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasatya Dishatarini Namo Mahavadaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gurutishe Nama Panchatattamakam Krishna Bhakta Rupa Sarupakam Bhaktavatara Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagavate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namasite Saptakanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriya Panchakapatarubhyasya Kipasindubhya Ivacha Patitana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna. So we're going to continue from where we stopped. Nectar of Instruction. I hope you all have your book with you. Do you have your Nectar of Instruction with you there?
Hare Krishna, yes, please, we do.
Very good.
Actually, I do.
You speak for yourself. Very good. You do. Let the others speak for themselves.
Yes, please.
Okay, Krishna Prabhu, I have it.
Very good. Yes. And Krishna Pamine, do you have your own book with you there? Is Krishna Pamine?
I don't have the book like the hard copy. I have it in the database. I have the file in my phone.
Okay, so let's hear the Veda base so that everybody can benefit.
Okay.
So we're going to be going through it, starting from the verse, test 1. This is very, very important verse in our spiritual life. If you don't understand this verse, you don't make spiritual advancement. Okay? Verse Vacho vegam manasakro davegam. You can repeat after me. Vacho vegam manasakro davegam. Oh yeah now. Vacho vegam manasakro davegam.
Vacho vegam Vegam Manaso Vegam.
Roda Vigam.
Me, I used to go to the net to direct.
So we're going to be studying little of Sanskrit also as we are doing this hour. When you see C in Sanskrit, it's called cha. Anywhere you see anything like C, it's cha. Okay? Vacho vegam manasakro davegam.
Vacho Vigam.
Oh, Vegam Manaso.
Roda Vigam.
Vegam Manaso Vegam.
Jiva vegam udaropasta vegam.
Jiva Vigam. Udapasucha da Vigam.
Etam vegam yo visaita diraha.
Itam
Ita Vigam yo
Vegam.
Dira.
Yeah. So anywhere you see C with dots under it, it's called sha. Okay? So it's called sha. Or when you see the one with a sign on top, also like the last one, it's called sha also. The sha is different in pronunciation, but for here, this level of Sanskrit here, we don't need to differentiate it so much. Just notice that anytime you see dot under S, it's sha. When you see dot on top of S, it's sha. Okay? So etam begam yo vishaita diraha.
Ita Vigam yo Visha Dira.
Saravam apimam pritibim sashishyat.
Sarvam
Baba
Apimam
Apinam
Ipim Sishat.
Like I was saying, here in the last word, you see the two S's combined together. Are you seeing it? So
Yes,
it's Sishyat. Sishyat. Whenever you see a dash on any vowel, that vowel is being stressed, means that you pronounce it long. It's a long, means that the vowel has to be long. Okay? So Shishyat. No? Okay? So Sarvam Api Mam. When you see Sarvam, you see the first A in this Sarvam, A has nothing on top. The second A, I hope you are seeing what I'm saying. Let me use a note.
Yes, Prabhu, we can see it.
Okay, good. Let me use something. You see this first A? Are you seeing my biro, my pen? Are you seeing the pen on top of what I'm doing?
Yes, please.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
so
A with a sign.
yeah, wait, that first A has no sign. It means short
Yes.
A. Short
Yes.
A. When you see A with a bar sign, with that dash sign on top, it means it's long. Okay? So it says Saravam, Saravam, you know. Then you see this I, a P, it's long also, a P, Mam, okay? Then you see Pritivim, Pritivim. You see this I has nothing on top, means it's short. When you see this one with bar, means it's long, Pritivim, Then you see Shikshiat, Shikshiat. And this S with sign on top and with the one with sign on top is called Sha in Sanskrit. Then you have long A again, so Shishyat. And anywhere in Sanskrit words, when you see H ending the word, you pronounce the word longer. You say Diraha, means you had another A after that H, Diraha. So it makes it longer, okay? So we are going to start from beginning again. Vacho vegam manasa kroda vegam.
Vacho Vigam Manas Vigam.
Jiva vegam udaropasta vegam.
Vigam
Etam vegam yo visaita diraha.
Etam
Itam
Vigam
Vigam
Yogita Diraha.
Adira.
Saravam api mam pritivim sa shishyat.
Sarvam Apimam Veduvim Shasisya.
So that is the pronunciation, okay? So the more you practice, the more you will get used to these words. It's very good. Sometimes we do some Sanskrit pronunciation so that we get used to all these things. So now we go to word and word translation. Vachaha, like I said in earlier on, when you see in Sanskrit word, when it's written, when any of this kind of word come in front of consonants here, so there's a Sanskrit grammar completely. We don't need to go through that because it's beyond the scope of this lesson. So let us go directly into the word-to-word translation, okay? So vachaha of speech, vegam, urge, manasaha of the mind, kroda of anger, vegam, urge, jiva of the tongue, vegam, urge, udara, upasta of the belly and genitals. So two words is joined together here. That is why we have damodara, udara, damodara, one who's bound by the belly. Damodara, udara, upasta. Udara means belly, upasta means genitals. Okay, we have begum, urge, etans, these, vegan, urges. You see, there is difference between vegan and vegan. Okay, what is the difference? Who can tell me the difference?
I think one is singular and one is plural.
Very good, thank you. Yes, that is, you are learning Sanskrit. So vegan is urge and vegan urges. Okay, yaha, whoever, vishaita, can tolerate. Okay, whoever can tolerate diraha. Where do we find this word in our West Africa? This diraha. Who can tell me very fast?
Hare Krishna.
Please.
I think it comes from Dira and Adira.
No, but where can we find this name? Who is bearing this name in our West African country?
Swami Bhakti Damodara.
Yes, Bhakti Damodara Swami. Okay, so Bhakti Damodara Swami. So dira is a word. So this dira, it means what? Sober. Can we see? So that word in Maharaj's name is a title for him. Okay? So diraha means sober. So one who is not disturbed, even if there is a cause or there is a reason to be disturbed. Prabhupada explained very in detail about this word in other part of his book. So we will not go too much deep into that for now. But diraha means sober. So as a devotee, we should learn to be sober. Sarvam, Paul, api, certainly, imam, this, pritivim, word. And then saha, that personality, shikshiat, can make disciple. Shikshiat can make disciple. Okay? So we want to read the translation for us.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes,
All
please.
right.
I can hear you.
All right. The translation for text 1. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals is qualified to make disciples all over the world.
Okay. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So let's reflect for some time on this verse. Then before we dive deeper into Srila Prabhupada's purport, he said a sober person means that as a devotee, we at the point of our life we have to become sober. Okay, it's very, very important. So let's look. Are you seeing my screen? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, Reverend.
So let's see what the English dictionary mean by sober. Who is saying it?
Not affected by alcohol, not drunk. Then the second one is serious, sensible, and solemn.
Okay, someone who is serious, sensible. Then when you see the similar word, you say thoughtful, sensible, clear-headed, not intoxicated. Okay, so this is what it means to be sober. Somebody who is sensible, who is not influenced by the action of this environment. Like I said in the beginning, one who is not disturbed, even if there is a cause, there's a reason to be disturbed. Why they use that word for not drunk? Means somebody who have taken alcohol, but is still behaving normal. That's what they use. That's what it means here. But that is not what we are saying here. Here, what we meant here, one who is not affected by the material nature. Okay? So a sober person who can tolerate means that all these, our senses, they will always be pushing us. That is the meaning of urge. They're always pushing us. We want to speak. Our mind is always thinking of, oh, I need this one to be happy. I need that one to be happy. Oh, if I don't get iPhone 5 Pro Max, I will not be happy. I need it. Isn't it? How many of us need iPhone 15 Pro Max? I say 5. How many of us need iPhone 15 Pro Max to be happy? So when we think like this is the urge, the action of anger. How many of us, very calm that we don't become angry? How many of us can tolerate anger? Very few. And somebody, find our trouble, we are already, showing our nature. Okay? The tongue, we always want to eat nice prasadam. Nice prasadam, to eat nice food. Belly, we'll be loading our stomach. Even when the thing is already filled up, we are still piling more inside. The urge of the stomach wants to be loaded until it comes to the brim. That is the urge of the stomach. Always put. The tongue is like to taste nice food, but the stomach wants to be fill up. That's the urge of the belly. The genital. When the tongue, become attracted to tasteful food, then the stomach want to be filled up. Then when our stomach become filled up, what happens? It pushes our genitals. Then we start looking for trouble here and there. And then we run into trouble. Okay? So that is the line. All these things, they are in a straight line. Your tongue, your genital, your stomach, and your genital. So when you lock this one, when you lock the top one, the down one will be locked. Okay? That is the beginning. If you don't lock the top one, you are going to have problem with the down one. So it's a very simple science. When you control your tongue, you control your genital automatically. Okay? So now let us dive into Srila Prabhupada's purport so that we get more insights on this verse. Okay, let's take it gradually. We read it paragraph by paragraph, or sometime I will ask you to stop when there's an important point for us to ponder upon. Okay, we want to read. Yeah.
In Srimad Bhagavatam 6:1-9-10, Parishit Maharaj placed a number of intelligent questions before Sukadev Goswami. One of those questions was, why do people undergo atonement if they cannot control their senses? For instance, a thief may know perfectly well that he may be arrested or he's stealing, and he may actually even see a thief arrested by the police. Yet he continues to steal. Experience is gathered by hearing and seeing. One who is less intelligent gather experience by seeing, and one who is more intelligent gather experience by hearing. When an intelligent person hears from the law books and sastras or scriptures that stealing is not good, and hears that a thief is punished when arrested, he refrains from theft. A less intelligent person may first have to be arrested and punished for stealing to learn to stop stealing. However, a rascal, a foolish man, may have the experience of both hearing and seeing, and may even be punished, but still he continues to steal. Even if such a person atones and is punished by the government, he will again commit theft as soon as he comes out of the jail. If punishment in jail is considered atonement, what is the benefit of such atonement? Thus, Parishit Maharaj inquired.
Very, very important. So let's stop there. Let's stop there. Very, very important points we have to think about. So what attracts your mind in that purpose point? Let's stop. Let's discuss. Before I start saying my own, what attracts your mind? You want to say something?
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What really attracts my mind is level of intelligence.
Okay.
You know, yes, it's very important to be intelligent. Just stop an activity or something just by hearing.
Okay. So what point did you pick from that?
The point I picked from that is that the more we become unintelligent, the more we suffer.
Okay. Any other points from other devotees? Yes, please go ahead.
I got likewise topic from Maharaj yesterday when he was giving class at the Parikrama that about Kamsa. The fact that he continues making an endeavor to do something and at the end it's not working. He's being bewildered, but still he doesn't want to give up. So it's likewise what they're saying here, that a thief can actually see his fellow thief being arrested and also going to jail, and he too might also be caught and also put to jail. But still he comes back and still continue thieving, thinking that okay, today I will outsmart them or something like that. That's foolishness. So I think here I grab that we should be intelligent and stop what we're doing that we know that it's not working or it's bad.
Very good. Thank you very much. Any other points? At point in time, everybody has to contribute. If you don't contribute, I will call you. So better you come out yourself so that you can put the whole book in your head. Any other contribution? Asai, you don't have any to share with us?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, go ahead.
The paragraph talk about atonement. So whatever sin that we commit, we have to atone for it. If not, we have to pay for it later. So let me focus more on atonement, called Prashchita. And there's another place where Prabhupada also made mention of this during the period of Ajamila.
Your network is very bad.
The Yamaduta kind of atonement.
Sorry, your network is very bad. Uchechi, what do you learn from this? Please, go ahead. Are you there? Uchechi? Oh, you're not following us. Don't mind
Hare
behind
Krishna.
the
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, I'm sorry. I just want to offer to Damodara. I'm just coming back. Sorry about that.
Oh, we'll catch you. Good. Okay. Who else want to contribute? If you're not there, we'll catch you. So that's why just on your camera so that we know what you are doing there, whether you are there or you are not there.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Mother, please go ahead, Mother.
Yes, that reading makes us understand that it's difficult ordinarily to control the desire to do certain things.
Yeah.
The desire to commit offense is difficult. So we have to seek external help. Means that ordinarily is very, very difficult. It means that we have to seek help from by guru and chanting our rounds and meditation on what we have heard.
Thank you very much.
Somebody commits an offense, is punished, and again it goes back to do it. It's the inability to control one's mind.
Thank you very much, Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So that is a very important point. So let us go back from the beginning of the purport. So Papa mentions in Srimad Bhagavatam, Papa is quoting, this is how we want you to write your ISKCON disciple essay. You see how Papa started the purport. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, chapter 1, text 9 to 10, Parishit Maharaj placed a number of intelligent questions before Sukadeva Goswami. One of these questions was, why do people undergo atonement if they cannot control their senses? Huh? So the question is, why do people undergo atonement if they cannot control their senses? See, it's two different things we are dealing with here. Okay? One thing is controlling your senses. Another thing is purifying yourself. I don't know whether you are getting this point. Are you getting the point? Papa is saying, the question is, why do people go for atonement if they cannot control their senses? So it means two different things. Controlling your senses is one, going for atonement is another thing. And if you cannot control your senses and you are purifying yourself, you will find yourself doing what you are not supposed to do again and again. And we are going to see further when Prabhupada say it's like elephant bathing. Elephant will go into the lake and they take a bath. Before you know, when they come out of the lake, we'll pour sand on his body again. What is the use of that kind of bathing? Are you getting the point here? So Prabhupada is now saying here that why is it like that people again and again fall prey to what they don't want to do, but they find themselves doing it. So Prabhupada was now giving us the three kinds of what do we call it? Intelligence. Those who learn by hearing. Those who learn by, let's read it. We want to read it, that point again. Let's Let's deliberate on it. Yeah. So Papa say experience is gathered by hearing and seeing. One is less intelligent. One is less intelligent gather experience by seeing. When I say don't do, you say no, I want to do. When you do, you get the experience. Papa say only a less intelligent person will learn by such way. Okay? Somebody who is intelligent will not do that. They say this sin is fire. You say no, I want to go and experience it. Only a foolish person can do that. I want to go and put my hand. Then when you put your hand, you get burned. You say, oh no, now I know it's fire. So Papa is saying here, those who learn by seeing, they are less intelligent. And one who is more intelligent gather experience by hearing. Okay? One who is more intelligent gather knowledge by experience by hearing. They told you, don't eat sweet at night, because if you eat sweet at night, you will have bad dreams. It's okay. You take a vow, I will not eat sweet at night. But somebody who is less intelligent says, I want to have that bad dream. Let me see how the dream will look like. So you go and take sweet at night. I'm just using some example, but not really like that. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that they will tell you don't do this. Some people who are less intelligent, that is what they want to do. They want to learn by experience. They are less intelligent. Many people in the society are like on this platform. Many people in the society. Okay? Especially with the young ones who are growing, who have not engaged themselves, who are not married. You should learn by hearing. You should not learn by experience. It's very painful sometimes when you learn by experience. We should learn by hearing from our advanced and experienced parents. Okay? When I say don't do this, try to reason with them. Just because they are old now doesn't mean that they are less intelligent. Sometimes when we see old or elderly people, we think that we are more smarter or more intelligent than them because the way they think because the way they behave. You don't know that it's experience who have made them to be like that. And when they see you coming up, they see your youthful exuberance, very active, agile, jumping here and there. You should know one thing in your mind, that they are passed through that experience. They are passed through that stage. Now they are old, they look as if they are not smart because of advanced experience. It's not that they are stupid. No. They have experienced so many things in life that you have not even reached half of it. You understand? So when you see them, they are calm, gentle, not quick to react. It's because of the experience they have. So you learn from them. When they say, don't do this, the only thing you can ask, why I should not do it? Don't say, no, I will go and do it. Because you are old man, you don't know what is, I want to go and do, but I want to experience. Only a foolish person will learn by such behavior. That's what Papa is trying to emphasize here. So he continues, he said, he now gave a very good example. A less intelligent person may first have to arrested and punished for stealing to learn to stop stealing. However, a rascal, a foolish man, may have the experience of both hearing and seeing and may even be punished, but still he continues to steal. So this also is applicable to our senses also. Sometimes like Papa mentioned in the beginning, what is the use of atonement if you cannot control your senses? It's useless. So we do something, we know that thing is not good. Again, we'll go and do it again and again. We feel remorse, we feel bad, but we cannot stop doing it. So that is what Prabhupada is going to be addressing here. Okay? So let us read the shloka. We want to read that, who is very good in reading shloka, can just read that shloka, Prabhupada shloka for us, okay?
Okay, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Dristas
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Papam Janya Napi Atmano Hitam Karoti Yuyo Vivasa Prayasitam Atokatam. Vasin Niva Tata Ba Drat Vasis Sharati Tat Puna Praya Shitam Ato Pratam Manye Kujara So Shavat.
Thank you very much. So here, what Prabhupada is quoting that exact same verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, where he compared such atonement of, we cannot control our senses, but we are going to God to pray, please forgive my sin. You go, once you leave the temple or you leave the church, you go and do the same, commit the same sin again. So Prabhupada is giving a very good analogy here. Who want to read it, please? Go ahead.
Hare Krishna.
Yes.
He compared atonement to an elephant bathing. The elephant may take a very nice bath in the river, but as soon as he comes out onto the bank, it throws dirt all over his body. What, then, is the value of his bathing? Similarly, many spiritual practitioners chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and at the same time commit many forbidden things, thinking that they are chanting while counteract their offense. Of these 10 types of offense, one can commit while chanting the holy name of the Lord. This offense is called Namo Bala Yase Hi Papa Buddhi, committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Similarly, certain Christians go to church to confess their sins, thinking that confessing their sin before a priest and performing some penance will relieve them from the result of their weekly sins. As soon as Saturday is over and Sunday comes, they again begin their sinful activities, expecting to be forgiven the next Saturday. The king of Prayashita or atonement is condemned. This kind of Prayashita or atonement is condemned by Parishit Maharaj, the most intelligent king of his time. Sukadev Goswami, equally intelligent as befitting the spiritual master of Maharaj Parishit, answered the king and confirmed that his statement concerning atonement was correct. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by a pious activity. Thus,
Wait. Okay, continue, please. Yes.
Prayasita atonement is the awakening of our dormant Krishna consciousness.
Thank you very much, Damodar. So let's focus on this last statement of Prabhupada. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by pious activity. Let's ponder on that. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by pious activity. Prabhupada quoted this a very nice verse of from Srimad Bhagavatam, where Parishit Maharaj is giving that a very nice analogy of elephant bathing, and we have read it. And here, Prabhupada gave a very nice example of a devotee also chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and still go and commit sinful activities, thinking that by chanting all his sin will be wiped out. And he gave example of the Christians also. And towards that end of that paragraph, Prabhupada said, a sinful activity cannot be counteracted by pious activity. Okay? And the real Prayachita is the awakening of our dormant Krishna consciousness. So what do you understand by this statement? We want to discuss. What do you understand? And what was your understanding before reading this statement? Okay? So let us discuss. Just unmute yourself. Let us talk. Damodar wants to say something. Your mic is on.
Krishna.
Yes, go ahead.
So what I understand from this verse is that is that we living today, like we living today, definitely will commit offenses, and we commit offenses. Definitely, we knowing that we have committed such offense. After chanting our Krishna, like for we devotees, after chanting our rounds, doing our daily Krishna conscious activity, then also we'll go back to that same offense again. Definitely the next week again, anytime we are chanting again, we'll pray, Krishna, please forgive me for so and so offense. Then after which we go again, same thing what the verse was explaining for in the Christian life also. Like for instance, now some Christian will go to church, and God, please help me, save me. They'll pray for forgiveness and all. Then the next day or the next 2 days, they'll go to different beer parlor and go and commit different offenses, still coming again and again and again and again. So Prabhupada said those kind of atonements are false atonement. Like you are atoning, and also you are still continuing those activities again and again.
So Damodara, don't go yet.
Yes, Prabhupada. Okay.
Very good. So what are you going to do differently after hearing this? I'm talking about you personally now. Okay.
What am I going to do on my personal self? Okay. For me, for me, I will stop such activities because it's hard. It's hard actually. Like when we all are humans, it's hard for us to neglect from activities we have been doing and keep to the good ones. But I'll try my best to stop atoning. After I've tried my best
Damodara, I will try. I remember my Guru Maharaj, anytime I tell him I will try, we say, don't say I will try. Say I will.
Okay, I will. No, I will definitely. What I'm trying to say is that I'm explaining that it's hard, but we're in the material world, so definitely we have to abstain from all those stuff. So definitely
we are in the material world. I know we are in the material world. All of us, we are inside the material world. So we know that we are in the material world. I'm talking, just be positive, and then leave the rest for Krishna, okay? So I want you to rephrase your statement again.
Okay, I will abstain from such atonement and focus on the good part.
Very good. Thank you very much.
And be a very good boy.
Very good. Yes, be a good boy.
Krishna.
Yes. Because you, the young ones, you are the future of the movement.
Yes,
and you don't know your potency now until when you dive deeper into Krishna consciousness. Then your real potency will be revealed. Okay? So, and for that to come, we have to awaken our dormant Krishna consciousness. Then everybody will understand his own potency. I always advise, I remember those of the young devotees who were with me when I was in Lagos, like like Sukadev, Devarishi, and all many of them like that. Same thing I always tell them also. See, as you go in spiritual life, your path will be revealed. But now you have the opportunity to dive deeper in spirituality. Take advantage of that. Because that will strengthen your future life. Okay? So I really like that statement that I will do my best to avoid from sinful activities and come again and chant to purify myself. Because here, Prabhupada says, such is a useless game. Okay? So, Stephen Govinda, you want to ask a question? Please, unmute yourself.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so from the purport, I understand that asking for forgiveness is not really necessary if one cannot stop committing the same offenses.
Thank you.
So it's important that we come to the real knowledge of becoming pious and leaving all the sinful activities. And also, I learned that we cannot intentionally commit sinful activities and think, oh, I will chant Maha Mantra to, nurture it or nullify it.
Thank you very much. That is a very nice one. Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, it's an unintelligent activity. So we shouldn't think that, oh, I will commit this offense and I will chant Maha Mantra to purify myself.
What did Prabhupada call it in the purport?
Yeah, he described it as an elephant taking his bath and then diving himself into the sand again.
Papa said, committing sinful activity on the strength of chanting the holy name.
Okay.
Can we read that place again? You have brought our mind there. Let's go there. Let's dive deeper. Let's read it. If you find it, read it to us. If you like, also you can quote the Sanskrit.
Please, is it Namo Balat
Start from of the 10 types of offenses. Start from that.
Okay. Of the 10 types of offenses one can commit while chanting the holy name of the Lord. This offense is called Namno Balhad Yasya Hi Papa Budhi.
Anytime you see H at the end of the word, you have to stress it. Budhi.
Stress it. Budhi. Yes, please. Committing sinful activities on the strength of chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Similarly, certain.
Let's stop there. That's why I wanted to quote that one. So you can continue your point now.
Yes, please. So often we find ourselves in this position. I will chant mantra and I'll be purified. It's kind of we are kind of running in circles. We are not progressing. We chant, we commit offense. We chant, we commit offense. It's like there will be no progress. So in here, Srila Prabhupada is discouraging us about that.
Thank you very much. And there is another danger hiding behind this thing we are reading. Someone may say, if by committing sin and chanting, it's not good, it's offensive. It means that we are committing sinful activity on the strength of chanting the own name. Then I will go and commit my sin, then I will not chant. That one is more dangerous. Okay? Because now, nothing to save you again. Somebody may think, okay, because if I commit sin, okay, no, it's not good. Prabhupada said that it's not good that we commit sin and then we go and chant to purify ourselves. But this sin is pulling me. This sin is pushing me. I want to commit this sin. So I will go and commit it, then I will not chant. Then your situation is even more worse.
Yes, okay. Yes, Prabhu. In the Sri Upanishad, Srila Prabhupada mentioned the same thing about a sick person who is at home not receiving any treatment, and a sick person who is at the hospital receiving treatment. There's the patient who is at the hospital is sure to get healed or cured. So that's what you just.
Now you are becoming Baptist Shastri. Now you are quoting Upanishad. Very nice. That is what we want to see. Yes, because then when we make reference to all this knowledge, surely when we are in these challenges, not to know what to do, we can get our reference on how to help ourselves, which is very nice. Okay, thank you for that. Yeah, before I continue, let me hear Babananda. Please unmute yourself.
Krishna.
Yeah. Unmute yourself, Babananda.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, go ahead.
From the last report, a sinful activity cannot counteract by a pious activity.
Yes.
So, Prabhu, I want to ask that we used to, let's say, a KDC.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. We do a KDC as we are devotees. We fast, and we have different types of a KDC.
Yes.
And some of them say if you fast completely, it can wash all your sinful activities. So this statement, I'm not understand with this statement. If you can brush or give me some brief on it, I will be very happy on this statement. So it is not necessary to fast in a KDC or what?
Very good. Thank you for the question. Like you just rightly said, Prabhupada mentioned that sinful activity cannot be counteracted by pious activity. What it means is that when you commit sin, you get the reward of your sin by suffering. Actually, my mommy used to tell me, he said the reward of sin is suffering. Whatever we are suffering now, whatever situation for ourselves is because of the sinful activity we have performed in the past. So the reward of sinful activity is suffering, okay? So punya, the reward of pious activities is enjoyment. That is why you see some people, they are very rich because of the pious activity they have performed, okay? So it's two different realms. You commit sin, you suffer. You perform pious activities, you suffer. So these two things are completely different from devotional service. Okay? Piety and sinful activities. Piety is completely different from devotional service. Okay, Babalanda. So when we talk about devotional service, it's very powerful. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is given that devotional service is like a fire, and it burns. In Nectar of Devotion, we are going to hear about that. It burns anything you put inside that fire, it burns into ashes. That is devotional service. Okay? So, when they talk about piety, distributing food, giving people treatment, all those things, that is what we call pious activities. Planting trees, giving people clothes. You all know what is pious activity. Doing good, okay? That is pious activity. It's completely different from devotional service. Observing Ekadasi is one of the, you are going to learn about this in Nectar of Devotion, okay? When you come to Nectar of Devotion. So observing Ekadasi is engaging in devotional service, okay? And chanting the only name of the Lord is engaging in devotional service. And many other different aspects of devotional service. We are going to hear in Nectar of Devotion about the 64 activities of devotional service, worshiping the deities and all the rest. So these devotional acts, they are all completely different from pious activities, okay? So when you are reading the Ekadasi Mahatma and they are telling you that if you perform this same Ekadasi and this kind of sin will be destroyed, it's because if you have to do it in that consciousness of devotional service to the Lord, because by observing Ekadasi, you are doing devotional service to the Lord. And that is why Prabhupada emphasizes that on Ekadasi day, we should do what? We should chant more Hare Krishna Mahamantra. If you are chanting 16 rounds before, we should chant 25. If you're chanting 16 rounds before, you can chant 32 rounds. Like now we are in Kartik, we can chant 32 rounds, 25 rounds, increase your devotional service. So devotional service is completely different from pious activity. That's why Krishna mentioned in Bhagavad Gita. Sarvadama Parityaja Mame Kam Sharanavad. I am to Sarva Papebio. Moksha Yasmi Masucha. Krishna is telling us when we engage in devotional service, it's going to take away all our sins. Do not fear. So only pure devotional service can, purify us of all our sinful activities. No any other, no any amount of piety can do that. Okay? So is that clear, Babananda?
Okay, Babu.
You are laughing, means you are not satisfied. Tell me what.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's very nice. Very nice contribution.
So any other questions, comments? Can we go? Can continue? Jamastami, your hand was up before. Any comment you want to make?
Actually, it's the same thing that asked. I wanted to say if chanting was considered an offense, then how about the Ekadasi we offer? Because sometimes we just do our Ekadasi as per Ekadasi, the list of that Ekadasi, and we observe it well. So we don't put in mind that, okay, I'm doing this Ekadasi because I want to wipe out all my sins. But if you look very well, the description of the Ekadasi, it states that our sins or your sins of how many years, thousands of years wiped out. So I hope that one is not an offense, even though we are not doing it because we want to wipe out our sins. We are just doing it because we want to observe Ekadasi.
No, but it's okay. See, one thing about devotional service is that in the beginning, we have to do it. You know, we are going to read in the next verse about enthusiasm. You know, because in the beginning of devotional service, there must something that motivates us. You have to be motivated. You know, there's nobody in this world who is doing something without no motivation. So we just have to get the motivation right. Okay? If we are doing it to develop your love for Krishna, that is the ultimate motivation. But at our stage now, do we even understand what is love for Krishna? That is the most important thing. So it means that there are some other small things that will be a source of motivation for us. Okay, we want to purify our sins. Okay? Because the more you become purified, the more also you can develop love for Krishna. So by observing Ekadasi, so you are doing that. Studying the scripture, you are doing that to purify your sin. Because the more the Krishna mentioned, one who has acted piously in previous life and this life, you know, because it's not easy to develop your love for Krishna. You must be pious. Pious means you have stopped committing sinful activity. You must have completely become purified before you can develop your love for Krishna. So all those things is to encourage us so that we can continue to counteract our sinful activities so that the pure love for Krishna can blossom in our hearts. So it's good. So by following those motivations, at least we can develop our taste for devotional service, okay? And that is why here Prabhupada is stressing that we should not go back to commit those sinful activities again. We should be very careful. Okay, you know that, okay, because of sin, I'm suffering. And now we have known what is sin, what sins are. So we should stop them. The 4 major sins: illicit sex, gambling, intoxication, and eating flesh. These are the major 4 sources of sinful activities. So when you automatically stop these four major regulative principle of freedom, you have stopped practically sinful life. What is remaining now is to just work on your mind. Everything will be perfect with time. Okay? So once we understand this, also like the mother has said, it's very difficult in this age, especially when you are in a young body, you know, to resist some temptations. But when we pray and we chant very seriously, you will see it will become very easy for you, especially by chanting. When you chant very seriously, it will be very easy for us to be able to resist temptation. But if you don't chant, it will be just like a dog. Once you show him bone, finish, he will fall. So if you don't chant, it's just a matter of temptation, bam, you're already inside. Then you start feeling remorse again. Oh, you go and carry your bead. So controlling your senses is one, and chanting and purifying yourself is another one. So Prabhupada said we should not mix it. First, we have to learn to control our senses, and that is the basis of this verse, okay? We have to learn to control all our urges. Very, very important. So we are going to learn more about it. Let's continue the reading, okay? We want to read for us now.
A rare atonement involves coming to a rare knowledge. And for this, there is a standard process. When one follows the regulative hygienic process, it does not forsake. A human being is meant to be trained according to a certain principle to revive his original knowledge, such as methodological life and described as tapasya. One can be gradually elevated to the standard of rare knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing austerity, celibacy, brahmachari, by controlling the mind, by controlling the senses, by giving up one's possessions in charity, by being Hey.
Can you start again? And be more fluent when in your reading. Be more fluent in your reading, please. Okay?
Okay, problem. Rare atonement involve coming to the rare knowledge. And for this, there is a standard of process. When one follows the regulative hygienic process, he does not fall sick. A human being is meant to be trained according to a certain principles to revive his original knowledge, such as methodological life is described as tapasya. One can be gradually elevated to the standard of rare knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing austerities and celibacy, brahmacharya, by controlling the mind, by controlling the senses, by giving up one's possession in charity, by avoiding of truthful, by keeping clean, and by practicing yoga asanas. However, if one is fortunate enough to get the association of a pure devotee, he can easily surpass all the practice for controlling the mind by the mystic yoga process, simply by following the regulative principles of Krishna consciousness, refraining from illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling, and by engaging in the service of the Supreme Lord under the direction of the bona fide spiritual master. This easy process is being recommended by Sri Rupa Goswami.
Very good. So let's come back again. Let's start from the when one can be gradually elevated to the standard of real knowledge, okay, by Krishna consciousness, by practicing austerity and celibacy. So let us take it from there, okay? One can come to the standard of real knowledge by what? You know, when I say something and I want the word to finish, you will show that you are with me. If somebody is quickly unmute himself, you will show that somebody is with me. When I'm trying to finish my statement and I leave the word filling the gap, somebody quickly unmute and say what you understand? So let us be working like that. Okay? One can gradually elevate to the standard of real knowledge or Krishna consciousness by practicing
austerity, celibacy, brahmacharya.
Yes.
By controlling the mind.
Yes.
By controlling the senses, by giving up one's possessions in charity, by being avoidably truthful, by keeping clean, and by practicing yoga asanas.
Thank you very much, Mother. So these points, property is given to us. All of us at this our age now, some of us, we need to practice this, especially those who are not married. Very, very important to practice brahmacharya. Now it's very difficult for us to have brahmacharya in our ISKCON temples, which is very, very important. You understand? Now everybody is thinking, oh, it's not easy to practice brahmacharya. No, it's very easy because this is the beginning of spiritual life. If you really want to make advancement in spiritual life, we have to learn to control our senses in the beginning. Very, very important. And how to control our senses to come to that level of knowledge that we are seeking for, proper mention here. Austerity and brahmacharya. Very, very important. We have to practice austerity and brahmacharya. Very, very important. Especially all our young ones. You have to take this very seriously. Unless you want to get married, control your genital. Because if you don't learn to do that now, you are going to run into trouble in the future. Don't follow the flow. We are different from them. Don't say because everybody is doing it, you have to do it. It's not good. You should be that one that is showing the difference. You should be different from others. What is the use of being like every other person? It's useless. So be different. So let us practice austerity and brahmacharya because this will give us the spiritual knowledge that we are looking for. The proper mention. It brings us to the platform of standard of real knowledge or Krishna consciousness. You have to start. It's the beginning of spiritual life, controlling the senses. Anytime you are moving on the road and you see a woman with big body. Don't look 2 times as a man. Don't look 2 times. If you look 2 times, means that you are not learning to control your senses. You are in trouble. Huh? Once you see, your mind will tell you, look again. You say, no, I will not look. Then you are starting to control your senses. Very important.
Yes.
Okay? Then the Mataji also, you see a macho man, it is. Don't look 2 times. Once you look, you see. Your mind will tell you to look again. You know, women, they have eyes at the back of their head. You will not know that they are looking at you. That the eyes at the back of the head, you should close it also as a woman. They will be looking at you will not know that they are looking at you. That eyes, you should close it. Okay? When you look, your mind will tell you look again. You say, no, I will not look. Then you are learning to control your senses. This is a practical way of doing that. Okay? They serve you food, rice, nice preparation. You know that overeating always gives trouble. It will be difficult for you to wake up the following morning. You select what you want to eat because you know that there's no how much of food you want to eat. There's a level that your stomach cannot take. So knowing this, take the little that will make you to become satisfied. That is controlling the senses. Okay? You control the senses. You go on social media. There's so many garbage here. As you are scrolling, trying to search for whatever you are looking for, there's some particular thing that will be attracting your mind. Don't look at it twice. If it's not devotional, pass it. That is controlling your senses. And this is austerity also. So this austerity is very, very important. And the brahmacharya, like Prabhupada mentioned, it's very, very important for making advancement in spiritual consciousness. Unless we consciously try to cultivate this controlling of the senses we are talking about, we will not make tangible advancement in spiritual life. And now we are very fortunate we have all the young ones who are devoted children. This movement depends on you. We need some serious devotees who are learning to practice to control their senses now, because they are going to be the leaders of this movement tomorrow. Very, very important. And that is why this Bhakti Shastri is very, very important that you are doing that. There are so many people in this world. If you talk about doctors, they are in millions. Talk about lawyers, they are in millions. All the profession you can talk about in this world, they are in millions. But we need some few devotees, few people. Because all these other people, they are not happy. They need a godly person to be happy. So we need those few godly people who are ready to control their senses, who will teach others. That is the process of Krishna consciousness. That is why Prabhupada has established this movement, to train those brahmanas who are going to help others in the society. Very, very important. And for us to come to that stage, we have to start from controlling our senses. And practically, brahmachari is very, very important. All the men should be brahmachari. All the boys should be brahmachari. All the girls should be brahmacharini. Very, very important. Until you want to get married, control your senses. Very, very important. Very, very important. Don't be like the worldly people. I want to taste. You are tasting. Before you know, you're out of taste. It's useless. Don't try to do all these things they are doing in the material world there. Don't bring it to the temple environment. Let us live as a spiritual person. Very, very important. So let's continue. So Prabhupada said, he mentioned there, say by practicing austerity and celibacy, very, very important. He mentioned it. He said by controlling the mind, we have to control our mind. We should not allow our mind to push us here and there. By controlling the senses, by giving up one's possession in charity. For example, now, if you have something that you are not using again, try to give it up in charity. It's another way of controlling your mind. It helps you. Sometimes we have so many things we are not using again. We just pack them in the house, continue to pile them. Even sometimes when we are cleaning our house, we see them. Oh, maybe I will need this tomorrow. You will not be able to detach your mind from it. It will not help you to learn how to control your mind. Attachment. You know that this thing I don't need it to. You are thinking maybe you will need it tomorrow. If you don't need it now, why are you thinking about keeping it for tomorrow? Give it to somebody who need it now. There's so many other things. There's so many people who need it now. You don't need it now, so give it to somebody who need it now. Forget about tomorrow. Tomorrow will take care of itself. The Papa mentioned, he said, by being avowedly truthful, by keeping clean, and by practicing yoga asana. Okay? So we have to be truthful, very, very important. Truthfulness is very, very important. We should not tell lies. My Guru Maharaj always said, when you tell lies, when you are telling lies, you will not be able to keep tracks of your life. Because when you tell this person something, you've forgotten that this is what you told that person. You go and tell this one another person. Then you forgotten that this is what you have told. So you'll be forgetting because you're telling lies. So you will not be able to keep tracks of your lies. But when you are saying the truth, you don't need to remember anything because it's the truth. So they wake you from sleep, you'll be able to say the truth because you are telling the truth. Yamasami, your hands is up. Want to share something with us?
Actually, I want to ask, what is yoga asana?
Yeah, yoga asana is very, very good for devotees also. Yoga asana is a different sitting posture. You know, like we have what we call Surya Namaskar. If not that I'm sitting down now, I would have done Surya Namaskar for all of you. You know, Surya Namaskar is very good for the body, stretching your body when you wake up in the morning. You know, you can Google it, Surya Namaskar. You can Google it when we finish the lecture, not now. After the class, you can Google Surya Namaskar. It's very good. Especially for those who are sitting a lot, it's good to do Surya Namaskar because you stretch your body. You know, you do like this, then you go like this, then you bend down, then you stretch, you can go and check it up later. So there are different yoga asanas, sitting postures, to help you to stretch different parts of your body. You know, one of the major diseases we have in this modern day is people are sitting a lot. They sit too much. So that results to so many diseases in the body, diabetes, obesity, and all the rest. Eating too much and sitting a lot. In those days when our forefathers are farmers, they will trek 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers to go and farm. Do you see obesity problem? No. They are always very active. Their body is very, active because they walk long distance. Some of them who cannot walk, they ride their bicycle to long distance. So they don't have all these challenges that we're having nowadays. But we sit a lot, we eat a lot, we sleep a lot. So asana is very good for those people, for all of us. In Radha Gopinath Naturopathy, they have an asana instructor for the brahmachari. So he comes every morning and he shows the devotee a different asana posture. And when Baladev Prabhu came, he was showing me, we were doing it together. So like that is good. It makes your body very healthy, because if your body is not healthy, your mind will not be sharp. These things, they complement each other, okay? If you're always sleeping, feeling lazy, your mind will be dull. But if your body is very active, then your mind will be sharp also. So it's very, very important that we keep our body healthy by doing exercise or yoga asana like that, okay? Then it will be very easy for us to concentrate when we are chanting our mantra or when we are reading, okay? Okay, can we continue?
First, one must control his speaking power. Every one of us has the power of speech.
So, answer me 1 minute. So now Prabhupada has started, Prabhupada after summarizing he has summarized everything. He wants to tell us in this report now. Now he starts speaking them one by one. If you go to the verse, which one is the first one?
Speaking.
Speaking. So Prabhupada started addressing about speaking. So let us be attentive. Oh, yeah, continue.
First, one must control his speaking power. Every one of us has the power of speech. As soon as we get an opportunity, we begin to speak. If we do not speak about Krishna consciousness, we speak about all sorts of nonsense. A toad in a field speaks by croaking. And similarly, everyone who has a tongue wants to speak, even if all he has to say is nonsense. The croaking of the toad, however, similarly invites the snake. Please come here and eat me. Nevertheless, although it is inviting death, the toad goes on croaking. The talking of materialistic men and impersonalists, Mayavadi philosophers, may be compared to the croaking of frogs. They are always speaking nonsense and thus inviting death to catch them. Controlling speech, however, does not mean self-imposed silence. The external process of Mauna. As Mayavadi philosophers think, silence may appear helpful for some time, but ultimately it proves a
Oh, unmute yourself. Sorry.
Swami advocates the positive process of Krishna Kata, engaging in speaking process in glorifying the Supreme Lord, Sri Krishna. The
Thank you very much.
Okay. I should continue or stop?
Yeah, no. Where did you stop? You're supposed to start to speak. Are you there?
You said I should continue or I should stop?
Yes, yeah, continue.
Oh, okay. The tongue can thus glorify the name from qualities and pastimes of the Lord. The pressure of Krishna Kata is always beyond the clutches of death. This is the significance of controlling the urge to speak.
Thank you. So Prabhupada is talking about the urge to speak and how to control it here. Okay? The urge to speak and how to control us to speak. And Prabhupada gave a very nice analogy. You want to remind us?
The toad that croaks, even though it's inviting the snakes to eat it.
Very good. Yes. They're going in the night. You see the toad is crawling. Actually, Prabhupada mentioned in another place also. That toad is calling for the opposite sex. That is, in his own mind, is calling for the opposite sex, but it's a signal for a snake that the toad is in that particular place. So sometimes we think we are doing something for our own sense gratification, but actually we are inviting our own death. Okay, that's what Papa is saying here. So we have to control the urge to speak. Today, nowadays, it has become very, very difficult because there's so many Gramia Kata to talk about. So many. Football, for the football lovers, they will talk about football. For the politics, those who love politics, they will talk politics. For those who love, what again they talk about in the material world there? You want to remind me?
Fashion.
Fashion, for those who love fashion, they talk about fashion. Any other thing?
Entertainment.
Entertainment, yes, entertainment lover. They talk about entertainment. Any other points? What other thing people talk about? Uche, you want to say something?
I say women gather, they talk about women, just social life.
Women, when men gather, they talk about women. And when women gather, they talk about men. Very good one. Very, very important one. Nice. They will come. Hey, do you know that guy? The way he was looking at me today. The other one also, they will gather together. You see that one? Mataji. Gramia Kata. So Prabhupada is telling us here that this is actually destroying our life. We are inviting death. So we have to control our urge to speak by doing what? What is the solution Prabhupada gave us?
Krishna Kata.
Yes. By studying the books like what we are doing now, reading Nectar of Instruction, talking about Krishna, Although we may say, okay, 24 hours, it may not be practical to do this, but we have to start from somewhere. Very, very important, okay? We have to start from somewhere. You know, in Krishna Smaranam, is not possible immediately, but if you don't practice, how will you get there? Just for example now, you want to learn how to drive car. I don't know how many of you have learned how to drive car here. When you want to learn how to drive car, it's like very difficult in the beginning because your mind is thinking of so many things. Oh, how will I hold the steering? Oh, how will I look what is going on in the, how will I be using my leg at the same time? Oh, how will I know what is coming? So your mind is crowded with so many things, very difficult for you. In the beginning, you will say, oh, stop, what is that? Because your mind is crowded. But by practicing every day, time will come. You just carry the car and you carry phone. Hey, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Ah, yes. And you are driving, you are speaking. At the same time, you are looking at where you are going. I'm not saying you should drive and speak. I'm just telling you how when you become experts, how your mind can act automatically. Are you getting my point? Yes. So in the beginning, when we are learning something, it may look very difficult. But we have to just follow the process as being given to us by our acharyas. As we are reading now, maybe today now we are reading every day 2 hours, Nectar of Instruction, like that. We continue to read. One time we come in the future, remembering Krishna will become natural to you. That's what I'm trying to, that's what I'm implying. But we have to start from that 2 hours first, practice. Then after some time, when you start doing it for 2 hours, you feel, when you start developing taste for it, before you know, you can continue for more hours. So now for us, for a practical purpose, whenever we come together with other devotees, no matter whatever topic we bring that bring us together, we should not leave that association without talking about Krishna. So let us start from there. Okay, maybe we talk about football. Hey, you know. Then at the end, let's talk about Krishna. Round it up. Just practice. Okay, you talk about politics because it's all happening around us. There's what we can do. Okay, you talk about politics. Oh, Krishna is the supreme controller. After all, there's nothing we can do. He has given these people as our leader. Round it up with Krishna. So find way or the other. You practice your mind. You find a way or the other to end every speech with Krishna consciousness. So you are training your mind. You are training your mind. You are reprogramming your mind. That talking about Krishna is very, very important. Let me tell you about Krishna Smarana as explained by Vishwanatha Chakravarti. Vishwanatha Chakravarti says that when a devotee is on the platform of Ruchi, Ruchi means you have developed taste in hearing and chanting about Krishna. Because now we have not reached that level. We have not developed taste. We prefer to go and do other things than to chant. We prefer to go and do other things than to hear about Krishna. But somehow or the other, because we are in a setting where we have to do it, we have to do it. But many of us, we prefer to do other things than doing this, okay? So that is the beginning stage. So Vishwanatha Chakravarti says that it will come to a stage when you develop ruchi, you develop taste in doing it. Nobody is forcing you to do that now. Nobody forces you, you know? You do it naturally. Okay? When you come to that stage, even when you are thinking of Krishna, when you are chanting of Krishna, when you have come to the level of ruchi, when you are chanting of Krishna, your mind will naturally go to material things. Will still be going to material things. You know, you are thinking of Krishna, your mind will still take you to material things. That is the level of ruchi. So Vishwanatha Chakravarti is telling us the difference between ruchi and rati, attachment. Sorry, ashakti. He used ashakti. The difference between the level of ruchi and ashakti. But he mentioned, he said, when we come to the level of ashakti, even when you try to think of other things, your mind will naturally come to Krishna. Who don't want to be on that platform? I want to be there. Okay? At that stage, Even when you endeavor to think of material things, your mind will naturally come to Krishna because your mind has become attached to Krishna. Ashakti. And Prabhupada says that to conclude everything, he said every devotee should try to come to the level of Ashakti before leaving this body. Because it means that at the end of your life, no matter whatever is surrounding you, your mind will naturally go to Krishna. Haribo. Okay? So, like I said, let us be practicing it. No matter whatever brings us together, what we are talking about, don't leave that association without adding Krishna to it. Okay? Let us start that practice. Whatever brings us together, we are talking, we talk this, we talk that. We should not leave that association without adding Krishna to it. So in that way, we start gradually controlling our speech. Okay? Any question or comments, contribution regarding that? Sorry, I mute myself. Who want to read for us?
Okay. The restlessness
Krishna.
of the mind, Manovega, is controlled when one can fix his mind.
So which aspect of the verse Prabhupada is talking now?
The mind.
The mind. So let us be following it, because all those things are enumerated in the verse. They talk about the speech, then the mind's demands, the mind's demands. So Prabhupada is talking about the mind. Okay, continue.
The restlessness or fickleness of the mind, Manovega, is controlled when one can fix his mind on the lotus feet of Krishna. The Chaitanya Chanarita, Madhya Lila, chapter 22, text 31 says, Krishna Surya Sama Maya Haya Andakara. Hayan Krishna Tahan Nahi Mayara Adikara. Krishna is just like the sun, and Maya is just like darkness. If the sun is present, there is no question of darkness. Similarly, if Krishna is present in the mind, there is no possibility of the mind being agitated by Maya's influence. The yogic process of negating all material thoughts will not help. To try to create a vacuum in the mind is artificial. The vacuum will not remain. However, if one always thinks of Krishna and how to serve Krishna best, one's mind will naturally be controlled.
Thank you very much. So that is Krishna is about to. We have to focus our mind on Krishna. That is the only way to control our mind. It's very simple. Okay? The only way to control our mind is to focus our mind on Krishna. And for us, in the beginning stage of our devotional service, where it's very easy, the only way to do that is to follow, if you are staying in the temple, follow the temple programs. Okay? In the morning, you attend Mangalarati, you chant your japa, you perform your seva, then the Guru Puja. So if you follow that early morning program, let's say you wake up around 4 o'clock, then you stay till 9 o'clock. My God, you're a yogi. You're a yogi because your mind has focused on Krishna for how many hours now? Let's calculate together. You come to the temple room by 4 o'clock. Then you stay there till 9 o'clock. Let's have how many hours? Let's calculate together, all of us.
5 hours.
6 hours.
Huh?
5 hours.
5 hours. So just imagine 5 hours focusing on Krishna. I'm not talking about you hiding in between to go and sleep. Oh, some of us, our mind will beat a bit of wine looking for how to go and sleep. You're just looking for any excuse to run and go and sleep. No, it means that you don't know what you are doing consciously. Okay? But if you stay there from that morning, that 4 o'clock till 9 o'clock, 5 hours, your mind focus on Krishna. My God, there's no how you will not be Krishna conscious throughout your day. There's no how. So that is the only way to control the mind. When we keep focus our mind on Krishna, Prabhupada mentioned in that purport, is that Krishna is like a sun and Maya is like darkness. Okay? So whenever there is sun, the darkness will disappear. Okay? So, and Srila Bhajita Maharaj mentioned that we have to learn how to say no to Maya every day. Maya will always be there. Maya will be knocking at our mind. Can I come in? You say no. Be knocking. So tomorrow you will come and try you again. Can I come in? No. Every step, every activity we are performing, we have to learn how to say no to Maya. It's very, very important. You have to consciously learn how to say no to Maya. Before you perform that activity, you should ask yourself, is this Krishna conscious activity? If the answer is no, then you have to say no to Maya. If the answer says yes, then you go ahead. Because if we don't consciously say no to Maya, some of us who may be staying in the temple and you are only, increasing your Mayic activities. Let me put it like that. You are increasing your Mayic activities. In that way, you are not getting the full benefit of staying in the temple. And for those of us who are not staying in the temple, let us tell you the practical way on which you can focus your mind on Krishna. Let's say you are not staying in the temple. Very important. Try as much as possible to sleep early. Okay? If you don't sleep early, you are going to have difficulty in chanting in the morning. Very, 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 I'm telling you this is very serious. If you don't sleep early, it's going to be very difficult for you to wake up early to chant. So your spiritual life, your spiritual activity actually begin from a day before when you go to bed. So if you really want to be Krishna conscious, means you're always conscious when you go to bed. So you go to bed early, you wake up early. For those who are not staying in the temple, when you sleep, let's say 9, maximum 10 o'clock, you go to bed, you just lie down. Then you wake up from 4 o'clock, go and take your bath. If you don't have deities to worship, or maybe you have picture deity, just chant in front of them. Try to chant for 2 hours. You may not be able to be like a yogi, like those who are living in the temple who can focus their mind for 5 hours. But at least 2 hours in the morning, you should chant. Very, very important. And when you finish your chanting, try to read for like 1 hour. Then you are fully 45 for that day. Okay? So that is so unless we focus our mind on Krishna, we cannot control the mind. It will be very, very difficult. Okay, let's continue. Now, Papa is going to talk about anger.
Similarly, anger can be controlled. We cannot stop anger altogether, but if we simply become angry with those who blaspheme the Lord or the devotees of the Lord, we control our anger in Krishna consciousness. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became angry with the miscreant brother Jagai and Madai, who blasphemed and struck Nityananda Prabhu. In his Shishastaka, Lord Chaitanya wrote, Trinad api suni sena, daro api sahesuna. One should be humble than the grass and more tolerant than the tree. One may then ask why the Lord exhibited his anger. The point is that one should be ready to tolerate all insults to one's own self. But when Krishna or his pure devotee is blasphemed, a genuine devotee becomes angry and acts like fire against the offenders. Krodha, anger, cannot be stopped, but it can be applied rightly. It was in anger that Hanuman set fire to Lanka, but he is worshipped as the greatest devotee of the Lord, Ramachandra. This means that he utilized his anger in the right way. Arjuna serves as another example. He was not willing to fight, but Krishna incited his anger. You must fight. To fight without anger is not possible. Anger is controlled, however, when utilized in the service of the Lord.
Thank you very much. I think we're going to stop today on this anger issue. Then we'll continue from there tomorrow, okay? We can stop on the anger issue, then we'll continue, because there's a lot to talk about anger. Very, very important. So Prabhupada already made us understand here that anger cannot be completely stopped, but anger can be utilized in the service of Krishna. Okay? So that does not mean that you start using that to justify why you should be angry. Because Prabhupada says anger cannot be stopped, so I should be angry. No. Prabhupada is, if you look at the example very closely, Prabhupada says you should not be angry for yourself. You should be selfless when you want to be angry. Are you getting my point? We should be selfless when you want to be angry. You should only be angry to defend another devotee. You should only be what?
Angry to defend another devotee.
Yes. You should only be angry to defend another devotee. We should not be angry. And that is why Prabhupada quoted that verse. Trina api sunichena. Taro api sai suna. Amanina manadina. Kitanya sadahari. Who can translate for us? Who knows this verse? Who can translate for us? Trina api sunichena. Taro api sai suna. Amanina manadina. Kitanya sadahari. You want to translate?
Once you chant the holiness of the Lord, thinking oneself, Lord, I'm tall in the street.
Yes.
I want to be more taller than a tree devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holiness of the Lord constantly.
Thank you very much, Mother. We really appreciate your presence. So the thing that is here is that if we meditate very deeply on this third Shikshastaka of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, there is no need for us to be angry. Let us go by it line by line. Trina api suni cheina. One should be more humble than a blade of grass, tolerant than a tree. Somebody who is humbler than a blade of grass, why will he be angry? Do we know what is a blade of grass? Everybody is stepping on the blade of grass. Have you ever witnessed one day that a blade of grass just stood up straight when you are trying to step on him and pierce your leg, your feet? Have you seen that such situation before? No. Immediately you step on the blade on the grass, it goes down, bam. If you remove your leg, the thing come up again. It's always following the flow. It doesn't like, no, today I'm not going to bend my head. Then when you put your leg, you just pierce your leg. No. Taller than a tree. The tree, we will go and cut the tree. The tree will not be angry. The sun there will be scorching heat. Everybody will run under the tree. The tree will not move himself. Say, no, I will not allow you to stay under. No, it will stay there. We take shelter. It's tolerating the rain, the cold, heat. It will see there. Actually, tree is determined to benefit others. The tree is standing to benefit others. So when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say we should be tolerant than a tree, somebody who is tolerant than a tree will not have any reason to be angry, isn't it? Many of us, the biggest challenge of our life is anger issue. And we must learn to control it. Because if we don't learn to control the anger, it can ruin our life. You see some people in their marriage, Anger is what is ruining their marriage. They cannot tolerate. When I will give a practical example how I control anger in my marriage life. When I married my wife, I told my wife, I said, this is how we are going to manage our anger. Okay? When I'm angry, please don't be angry. So now you keep quiet and leave the place. And I said, I will try my best when you are hungry, not to be angry. I will try to understand. Are you getting the point? So this, because anger is very, very important in relationship. Very important. If the two are angry at the same time, what happens? You always resort to violence. Always resort to violence. I no go agree, I no go agree. Today, we go fight. And problem. So somebody has to calm. Because Papa said, it is natural to be hungry. But we have to learn how to control our anger. And that is the principle that Prabhupada is giving us. Number one, don't be angry for selfish interests. When you want to be angry, it should be for selfless interests. If a devotee is being attacked, or a devotee is being insulted, or a devotee is being blasphemed, you have all the reason to be angry. This is selfless reason to be angry. That is how to control our anger. And Prabhupada gave very nice examples of Arjuna and remind me again of another example. Let's see whether you are following. I want the fastest finger. Another example.
Lord Hanuman.
Yes, Hanumanji. Yes, thank you. Yes. He became very angry and he burned Lanka. Because how can you fight without no anger? There's no possible. So he became very angry. Oh, this Ravan, you took my mother. Oh no, you offended my Lord. Today I'm going to burn down your city. He became angry. He was not angry for himself. He was angry for Krishna. What's another example Prabhupada gave?
Jagai Madai.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Jagai Madai. What happened in their situation? Prabhupada said, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very angry. For who? Is it for himself? No. For who? Lord Nityananda. Because Lord Nityananda was attacked, Lord Chaitanya became very angry. So the Prabhupada is telling us, the only reason we should become angry is for others, not for ourselves. For ourselves, we should learn to tolerate. And that is the only way we can control our anger. If any small thing you feel insulted, you become angry, it means that you are not learning to control your anger. Any small thing you become angry, oh, me, why do you do this? It means that you are not learning to be angry, to control your anger. If you want to control your anger, no matter whatever is done to you, be humble, tolerate. Only when other devotees are being insulted or offended, then you have all the reason to be angry. Anger is one of the most negative quality that can ruin one's life. It has ruined many people's life. Even if you don't learn to control your anger, it can make you lose your job. It can make you to ruin your relationship. So many aspects of our life, anger is the major creator of problems. So this aspect is very, very important for our practical life. Yes, Krishna Bamini.
Hi, Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I want to ask a question concerning this anger.
Yes.
You said we can get angry when a devotee is being insulted.
Yes.
So I want to ask a question. What if the devotee caused it? Like, what if it's his fault or her fault? How do you manage such type of anger? Maybe, let's say I insulted someone and then the person retaliated. What is my fellow devotee supposed to do since it's my fault? What am I supposed to do?
Let us break the question down properly so that I will be able to understand you. The example
let's
you are giving.
say, for example, if I was feeling Govinda, he's a devotee, obviously, and then maybe he insults somebody. Yeah, he started the fight, and then the person retaliated, and then maybe insulted him or said something offensive to the person. I am supposed to get angry because they have insulted a devotee. But now, seeing that the devotee is at fault, what am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to manage that anger, seeing that the devotee is at fault?
Okay, the person who is insulting Stephen Govinda is at fault.
No, Stephen Govinda is at fault.
Okay, Stephen Govinda is at fault. And the other devotee is angry at Stephen Govinda because he has insulted him or her.
No, let me give it again. Let's say it's an argument between a kami and a devotee.
Okay.
That's two kamis and one devotee, which is myself and Stephen Govinda. So let's say now the argument heats up, and then, but looking at it very well, trying to judge the whole situation, Stephen Govinda is at fault. So that warranted the insult from the kami. So now me that is supposed to be angry because the devotee has been insulted. How am I supposed to manage the anger? Since I'm supposed to get angry only when a devotee has been insulted.
Yes, this is a very deep question, Christian Bamine. Very thoughtful, very deep. Now I have to crack my brain to be able to decode your question. So thank you very much. So yes, see, like we said, we have to always apply our intelligence in every situation. Are you with me?
I'm sure. Yes.
We have to always apply. We have to always apply our intelligence in every situation. So because, you know, the scriptures are not given to us. Like, let me give another instance in the scripture. They say, if somebody blasphemes Krishna, you should cut the person tongue. Okay? So now, if you are talking to Kamis and they start blaspheming Krishna, will it be easy for you to cut that person tongue? Because when you cut somebody tongue, you are killing that person, no? Isn't it? So in that situation, the scriptures are giving us alternative that if you cannot do that, you should walk away from that scenario. Okay, so what I'm trying to say in essence is that if the devotee is having argument with somebody who is not a devotee, and that devotee become angry, that devotee is not representing Prabhupada properly. First thing, because why? What is that non-devotee is going to take away from you when you are showing anger? It's not going to learn anything from you. Because you see these people we call kamis, we say kamis. Many of them, they are very, very intelligent. And don't think that we are the only one who know what his saintly qualities are. Some of them even know him more than us. They can analyze somebody and know that this person is a saintly person. Every intelligent man knows the saintly qualities. They can tell, oh, this man is very humble. Even ordinary kamis, they can tell. So it just we should not think, oh, we have all the knowledge, and those people, they are stupid. No, they are very intelligent. Just that they don't have the aspect of knowledge we have about God. So as a devotee, we have to be a proper representative of Prabhupada. No matter what, when we are preaching outside there, we should not show our anger. Because those who are watching us, they are looking, they're analyzing. I will give a very practical example. All of you know what do you call him? This Pabo in India, a Tribhuvanat. So he was telling us this story. Me, I didn't see the incident, but he was telling us the story. How one day we went for book distribution. So there was one particular couple he was preaching to. So he was already, like preaching to them. They were, loving his preaching. They were about to take book. Then suddenly this pastor came from nowhere and just grabbed him, say, oh, no, don't take that book. It's a demoniac book. Don't take this book. You're going to, go to hell. This, that. And because these people, they are his member. So he was able, those people, they told, Tribunal, please, sorry, please. Although we love this book, we cannot take it now because this man is here. So when we see again. So this man did not let that matter go. Still, he continued to intimidate Tribunal. And Tribunal was becoming so angry inside. As a woman being now, you become angry. For no reason, somebody is coming to intimidate you and making you feel bad in the public. So he was praying to Krishna, please help me. If I explode, this man will not like what I'm going to do. He was praying to Krishna. And he was able to control himself in that public. All the people who were watching, they could see that this person, was a very nice man. Then after 5 years, so when the Tribhuvan Prabhu was going into one particular, in our estate, there's another road that leads to the other temple. So he was going there. He now saw a man with clutches in his hand. So the man was calling him, hey, do you remember me? He said, no. So I'm that man, that day, who tried to, embarrass you in the public. You remember? He said, no, I forgot it. Yes. So that day after you left, you know what happened? As I was about to enter my car, a car came from nowhere and hit me, and my hand was off. One of his legs was off. He said, now I'm coming to this Indian center so that I can get artificial leg. You see what happened? He controlled his anger, and Krishna dealt with that man immediately. So as a devotee, we should always depend on Krishna, no matter whatever the situation, especially when we are preaching, because Krishna will always come to our aid. So a devotee should let his behavior be exemplary to so-called karmis. We should not retaliate as long as it is not a death, threat. Somebody trying to kill you, then you run away from the place. But apart from that, we should be tolerant and not be angry no matter what happens. Okay? And like we have said, we should be angry only when it's selfless. We should not be angry for selfish motive, because that kind of anger doesn't help anyone. So we will stop here today. We'll continue from where we stop tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Thank you, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Babananda will not be able to take your hand today. You can write it. You write your question or your comment in the pack. Tomorrow we take it, okay? Thank you very much, everyone. We go for now. Hare Krishna. See you tomorrow. Try to be early.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.